My name is Nomagugu. I'm the chairperson in the postgraduate department in the Faculty of Commerce and Law. I'll be giving you a brief talk on leadership. Let's go on to look at the roles of a leader. What is it that is expected of you once you have been appointed into that position or you've been selected? What roles are you supposed to be playing? In other words, what are you supposed to do? Once you're now in that office, once you've been taken to that village, once you're now in that association, what is it that you're expected to do? You as a leader are supposed to create an inspiring vision. We know most people are appointed into already existent organizations, departments, or associations, or sometimes you can create your own organization. But let's say you've been appointed into an already existent organization. You have to create an inspiring vision. A vision is what you aim to do. A vision is what you'd want to achieve in the near future. A vision also defines what you are about in that department or unit or village or whatever organization you're leading. So when you create that vision, make sure it's in line or in tandem with the already existent vision of the entire organization you've been appointed into. But it should be inspiring. In other words, the people who are following you should not feel bored. So you should create a vision that will motivate people. Create a vision that is feasible, such that when you communicate the vision to your people, the people can actually envisage the results in the future, that there is a future, and make sure they feel part of that vision. And they should also feel in that vision they are going to receive something. So when a vision is inspiring, it makes people want to be part of it. And what will make people want to be part of your vision? People will only be part of your vision if they see themselves as benefiting from that vision. Let me tell you a little story to this effect. Once upon a time, there were a group of men who were hunting in the bush. As they were hunting in the bush, they saw a dead elephant. So the leader of the group said, "Gentlemen, what shall we do with this elephant?" And then someone brought up an idea that maybe let's cut it up and eat it. Then the leader said, "No, I'll bring an idea. Let's use ropes. Let's all get strings from the trees since they're in the bush, and some will tie the feet, the bottom legs, some the front, the back, the front, and the trunk." So it was done. And as they were pulling, they were talking as a way of relaxing so that they don't feel the heaviness of that elephant. Then the leader in the middle of the talk would say, "Once we cross the river, my elephant." The moment you'd say "my elephant," people would walk away and start talking by the side. Then they'd pull. But the moment he said "my elephant," there'd be fewer men pulling with him. Then he noticed that this idea of calling it his elephant wasn't working. Then he said, "No, gentlemen, our elephant." Then people started pulling even harder. Why? Because the moment he said "my elephant," everyone thought, so we're working for him. We're just pulling this elephant so that when we cross the river, he eats it all by himself. No. So when he said "our elephant," everyone was so inspired to say, once we cross the river, we are all going to eat this elephant meat. So there you are. If you make a vision your vision, no one will follow you. Make sure you create an inspiring vision. A vision where people will say, "It's ours." You will create it, but for it to become inspiring, people should feel part and parcel of the vision. Then secondly, you should learn as a leader to empower, inspire, and energize the people. Now that the vision has been created and people feel they're part and parcel of it, the next best step is to say, how then do we accomplish this vision? It's to put it into action. That can be done by empowering your people. How do you empower people? Empowering doesn't mean sitting and letting the people do your work. It doesn't mean letting them do all the work or taking away your power as the leader, but it means you make them able to do certain tasks. You decentralize some tasks from your centrality and make them be able. Empower means you make people able and you create an environment that is workable. Some of the most difficult things about this aspect is that most leaders feel threatened that once they empower their subordinates or their team members, they will then not be visible. No, empowering means you make the work even easier for yourself. Because once people are empowered, they feel ownership of whatever it is that they are doing. Ownership with respect towards their leaders. You inspire them by motivating them, making them aware that once they do this very well, then the results shall be shared. And every time you report back, you make sure you say, we as a team, we have done the following. You energize by motivating people, giving them good remuneration packages, giving them a good working environment, giving them time frames that are workable and feasible tasks that are not too difficult. So you empower them, you influence them, you motivate, you make sure you keep enhancing that this vision is ours, and you keep motivating them and telling them that once we have gone through this vision, we are definitely going to be visible. And then number 3, you build and lead a team. I think it's related to an inspiring vision. When you build a team, you come up with your members that are tied to your vision. These are members who are able to accomplish your vision. Now let's look at our daily organizations when we go to work. We were all employed because maybe we've got the relevant qualifications. So let's say you start your own organization, maybe it's a social organization. You choose people with those skills. So when you build a team, you make sure you build a team that is going to make the vision come to fruition. You build, it is your job as the leader to build that team. It is at your discretion to make sure that you choose the relevant people to come into your team. And how do you do that? Like I say, you look at your vision, and the people that come into the team are the people who are in line with your vision. So you build that team. But then building a team does not mean you are now away from it. Just because it's got able people doesn't mean it can now go on auto run. No, you are still there. You are still the figurehead. That team of experts or people whom you feel are a team of great men, like David in the Bible. He is said to have had men of valor, men who followed him. He's known, I know maybe some of you are not Christians, but those who read the Bible, I know that David used to have men that are said to have been men of valor, men who made him win most of those battles against the Philistines. So who are your men of valor as a leader? You have to go down and look into your books and choose your men of valor, men who will support you, men who will make you go down the books of history like David as a great leader. So, once again, the roles of a leader: create and inspire vision, make sure it's shared, empower, inspire, and energize people by creating a workable environment, build and lead a team, have your men of valor, men who support you, men who see you